Y'all ready for me? Yeah. Y'all ready? We're gonna play some songs. We got music. All right, guys. Welcome, sports fans, to the Intertonal Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Sierra Nicole, aka Sports Bay, and I'm here with my two favorite people in the world, at the Truth Dale and Rich, the Sports Morpheus.
What's going on?
What's up, y'all? Man, I feel like I haven't seen y'all in a little minute.
I know. I mean, everybody missed you last week. They want to know where you was, so we happy you back.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome back.
Hey, fans, y'all was looking for me.
Yes, they was.
I'm pretty sure y'all held it down and gave them some.
They got tired of seeing all them razor bumps and all that.
I'm pretty sure they had a good time.
Yeah, we had it, but we back in action.
We back and
back in the saddle.
We back here at 5 Central as usual. Today I got me a little hookah. Shout out to the hookah man. He gave me a small discount.
And he hooked you up with a discount.
He did. I want to put some emphasis on that smile, so next time he might give me a big one. So today we got some hot tamales. Man.
Never had too many tamales.
But before we get to them, we always want to take a moment to remember, the people who have graced this earth and left, and they were somebody to remember. So let's jump into it. The first person, his name was Gregory Sierra.
Yeah. He was he used to be Julio. For those of you old school cats like myself, you remember Sanford and Son. He was the Julio, the Puerto Rican neighbor on Sanford and Son.
Okay.
Yeah. Julio was Sanford and Son, my favorite. Red Fox, my hero.
Yeah.
So I used to have fun watching that. Him and Julio going at it. With the goat.
With the goat.
Man, did they say how he passed?
I don't
know. But he lived life. He was past.
He was 83.
Yeah, okay.
83. So. And it's amazing because there's a couple people on that show still living. A lot of people think a lot of people dead, but Smitty and the white guy, the cop, they still living.
Right. They actually did a cameo on I think it was Law and Order, and they came out as police officers. Both Smitty and Hobby, yeah.
He do a lot of
people didn't catch it because he had like Jay Hopkins on the marriage and L. Smitty. They didn't catch that, but they came out as police officers on Law and Order. Kind of cool,
Yeah, because Woodrow died last year.
Yeah.
He was like 96, so they'll live a life.
Yeah,
that's good. It's always good to. It's not good to die, but you get peace knowing when someone has lived a long, good life.
Right.
So.
And the good thing about Sanford and Son, everybody know about Sanford and Son. Yes. If you're a kid, you got kids right now.
Yep.
Like everybody growing up looking at that. That's
Iconic.
That's a show that's gonna be on for a while.
Right.
Yes.
Timeless. Even still funny.
Oh yeah, I watch it every time I can. YouTube all that.
Yeah.
Red Fox my favorite. Yeah.
So
I was Larry King.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That one hurt. Larry King, the legend. This man has interviewed everybody who's anybody. That's on this planet Earth. Michael Jackson, Prince. He's interviewed presidents. He's interviewed kings. He's interviewed
Warmo and his ex-wife. Every time incidents happen, he's always good at that.
But he was ready.
Legendary media personality, and his style didn't change over all those years. I think it's like 50 plus years in media. He's always had this very calming effect. Yeah. Very professional, but at the same time calming. But he hit you with direct questions too. Like he didn't mess around any issues. He take it straight to you, but it was never confrontational. It was always
he had style.
He had
swag.
Yeah, swag.
And he was somebody who didn't have to change. Like as the times changed, he was already himself. So like people respected him, and he didn't have to try to fit in, or he just did him. And man, that's crazy. That one, I was very shocked to hear that. Not shocked. I guess because he's an older, but I just wasn't ready for that.
Y'all two, being a communication major, journalism major, that's somebody everybody look up to. I'm sure teachers talk about it.
Right.
All the time.
Yeah, he's like the gold standard in media. So huge loss for all of us.
Condolences. Next, we got Hank Aaron. Everybody has been talking about this all week on social media. I was like, okay, let's be clear. I was hearing that he got shot and he passed afterwards. Is that what happened?
We don't know if that's correlated to why he died. He got the COVID shot 18 days before.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Simpson. That's
it just seemed a little fishy.
Just on one hand, he's 86 years old.
And then on the other
hand, he just got the COVID shot 2 weeks ago. So
I wonder, was his health good before? I guess they're not really releasing any of the information yet, but time will.
I mean, that's scary. I mean, we're hearing this thing working, the next one coming out. I know people, they take the shot and might have some kind of symptom. Some people get cold. I never had a flu shot. He might never had a flu shot. It's something that, they got to come on out with it so we'll know. This is
that's why I say time will tell.
This is Hank Aaron. I got to understand. Hank Aaron, it's a documentary called The Godfather. I forgot the guy's name. He was the man, closed deals back in the days. And he was the one that closed Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron was the first African-American to have an endorsement deal. He had an endorsement deal with Coke. And Coke acted like they weren't going to give it to him. And the guy told him, if you don't give him this Coke, I'll make sure every black person
will never drink a Coke again.
You in the city of Atlanta, that's always been a time. Yeah, so he opened the ground for the endorsement deals. And he didn't know, you know what I'm saying, to the guy.
He probably was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, the black was getting endorsement deals,
Well, and then the other is really, to me, is two Hank Aarons. There's Hank, the baseball player. Right. Hank who played in the Negro Leagues, Hank who went on to the major leagues, set the all-time home run record, the iconic player. We had a chance to meet, his one of his teammates. If you ever seen that iconic photo of him crossing home plate when he hit that home run, the guy standing there greeting him is Roy Harrison. That's who we met, early this year. Right. We had the chance to have dinner and drink with him. So we're hope to have him on the show.
So he told us, he was telling some stories.
She got some stories.
He was like one of his best teammates.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Right. And it's just such a beautiful thing because you got to think about the times back then. It wasn't really acceptable for whites and blacks to be friends. And he talked about all the stories that they had, the good times that they shared. Like there was never any mention of color or anything like that. It was like they were brothers, they were teammates.
And right now you see a lot of kids they're getting close together now.
Right.
A lot, college teammates, especially with this movement, everything going on, and to me, it's about, you got to come together.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought sports, was one of the biggest barrier breakers for racism and segregation because it's like your teammates aren't going to be all one color. So it's like now you start, you actually start getting a chance to know people and know people who they are. And it's like, oh, well, they're black or they're white, but they just like me. Right. So
we're all the same inside. But there was that Hank. And then there was the civil rights advocate Hank. Because a lot of people don't know he was a large part of the civil rights movement too. He marched with Dr. King, and all of the people on the front lines when they crossed the Edmund Pettus Bridge and everything. So he literally was on the front lines of the civil rights movement after his career. In the later '60s, going to even up to the early '70s and '80s. Even after we got the Civil Rights Act passed, he still was very active in the civil rights movement. So
because he definitely was didn't realize he was definitely like the second Jackie Robinson. All the roles he played,
man, that's a big loss. I'm looking forward to more details coming out. Just because I want to know. I'm nosy. I'm a journalist. I want to know.
And we need to know.
But I feel like the people want to. And we need to know.
Because we think about I think about my dad, 87, my mom, 81, and they talking about taking a shot and.
We need to figure out what's going on.
I talked to my mother yesterday about it, and they want to take the shot. Like, Mom, I don't know.
Just hold on. Just wait a minute. Just wait a second. Let's figure some stuff out.
It's sort of like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Right.
We know the virus is out there, but is the shot the right thing to do or not? So.
Yeah.
All right. So, man, the condolences to all those people and their families. Man. I hate losing people. It's always tough.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, but the people that we listed today, they all lived a long, they got to live life. They lived a life. They left behind gems for this world. So I guess that's what we hope for to leave behind when we leave this earth. So when we come back, we're going to get into those hot tamales. We got to take a quick commercial break. We're right here at 5 Central Houston. We're smoking hookah, drinking mimosas. And so we'll be right back. I can talk now?
Yeah, I mean, technically we're still straight.
I know. Let me mute myself.
Just mute everybody.
Where the fuck is it? Is it this one?
Yeah, it won't. The Wi-Fi won't load.
Yes. I can't find my stream. Oh, there it is.
I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
And I still didn't need it. I was just pulling it up.
Oh, down. All the way.
What's up, H-Town? Y'all know we still working out the kinks with this new technical stuff we got going on. But y'all are listening and watching the Indatono Sports Talk Show. I'm Sierra Nicole, aka Sports Bay. I got Pat, the Truth Truesdale, and I got Rich, the Great Sports Morpheus. These my favorite people in the world. Y'all know that?
Favorite people. Yeah.
So we right here at 5 Central. Let me tell y'all about some of our, before we get into our hot tamales, I got to tell y'all about our sponsors because they're so great. And I feel like I need to share that with y'all so y'all can get some of these nice dibs that we get. So VIP Elite Motors. If y'all, I know y'all getting y'all taxes, y'all filing y'all taxes, some W-2s coming in, y'all can go right over there. They have a website and you can just look on there, find you a nice car. But I mean, they good people. They finance in-house. Finance in-house, and I mean, you're gonna get approved. They're gonna figure out a way to get you approved so that you can drive off the lot and whatever you pick.
Holler at Victor when you get there.
Call him.
Call Victor.
Man, this is a new one. It's not new, but this is my favorite one actually. The attorney at law, Michael K. Slider. I know it's a lot of y'all, it's criminals out there. And y'all still my people though, because I be a criminal sometimes. I just don't get caught. I mean, as far as, speeding tickets, those things of that nature. I'm not a criminal. But yes, for my criminals, y'all can still call him. He gonna make sure y'all don't do no jail time. He works with payment plans. So, y'all get in some trouble, call him. Hit him up.
Like Slider.
Michael K. Slider, attorney at law. All right, y'all, let's get into these hot tamales because this is a little crazy today. Super Bowl.
Woo. Tom Brady is back.
Number 10. That's all I got to say. Number 10.
I always said Tom Brady to me was just a system quarterback. He was in a great system. But he had to prove to me he can go somewhere else and do it.
Has he proven it now?
And he did prove it?
Yes, he did.
Because I just
He
feel
proved
like
it,
I
yeah.
was like,
He
dang,
proved it.
everybody was
I can't stand New England. Can't stand Tom. I got to give the man his props. He did his thing today. He threw a bunch of interceptions to keep them in the game.
Yeah.
But
he did enough to win.
He still win, and I got to get love to Mike Evans scored the first touchdown represented by UG Town.
Right.
But
yes.
Mike,
I actually met him before.
yeah, Mike dropped some balls too, but I know they made it up.
Right.
I'm proud of him. Happy to see him.
They pulled through and they got the win as a team.
Yeah.
And their defense, man.
Oh, defense off the chart. Off the chart.
They
you could have Drew Brees that last week.
Yeah. They played great.
They made him put him in retirement.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I mean, hey, they did.
Oh,
Brees retired 2 years ago. AK the game at the Teddy. They probably be playing today.
Yep.
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
But, Tampa, they start off slow. I told everybody the dream team. I mean, a couple people out there talking about, oh, man, what's up with your dream team? I mean, they peaked out at the right time because the offensive line wasn't wasn't good early in the year. I never seen Tom Brady uniform dirty until the first game this year.
Yeah.
And they gelled together at the right time.
Right.
Antonio Brown, great receiver, but they really don't need him.
Right.
Them youngsters stepped up. And Ricky stepped up. He been doing
to,
training camp.
To his
and
credit,
Fournette stepped up.
To his credit, though, number one, he hasn't been a distraction like a lot of
no,
people. Always been a
Oh
distraction.
my God. No, that's good
No,
for him.
he's come in. He's made the receiver room better. Sometimes it's the things that you do off the field that people don't see that matters.
Mhm.
Their receiving court got better with him in their receiving room, helping those guys through situations, helping them break down film. Having a guy like that on that team
It's great.
is great.
But the thing is, Sarah and Rich, is you said just a while ago by having a great teammate.
Right.
You was talking about the color thing. We were talking about Hank Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady is a great teammate.
Yes, he
Josh
is.
Gordon
Great.
got kicked out the lead, all them chances.
Right.
And he told Kraft and them they wasn't going to give him a ring.
Right.
Hey, man, get that man a ring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to do with the ring
Right.
when he get it, but
Yeah, he may not have it now. But he got
so,
one. That's the point.
Yeah, and so when he did to Antonio Brown, he's living with him.
Yes. And
keeping him out of trouble.
I was already a Tom Brady fan before, but when I had heard that, I was like, I'm more of a person. I love what people do off the field too, or off the court, and he became one of my favorites because of that. Because I'm like, he didn't have to do that, but he's looking out for him, and knowing that the people gonna listen to what he has to say, they're gonna respect his opinion and whatever he wants to do. So
the leadership,
it's great that he took
him
under. I love.
And the thing is, I hope they win it. I know Kansas City down right now, but it's a lot of football left still. I told people don't count Buffalo out. But I picked Tampa. I love Tampa Bay coach.
Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians is a brother.
Yeah, he is. He's got a lifetime cookout memory.
He has an interesting story when he was growing up.
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
You going with Tampa?
I'm going, and I want to see him win.
I want to make sure
that's Byron Leverage, who deserve a job,
right?
Who we should have been interviewing,
right?
Offensive coordinator. In a DC, we used to be with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
The guy has a all-black staff. He had the first black female strength coach.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the girl's name.
Yep.
But I get him bring next week. But he has an interesting story. He was growing up here.
How you feel about that? Because how you feel about that.
That's fine. We shouldn't have no women being strength coach. But I mean, this other guy, back to that subject.
we'll lay that for later. I just had to see where your head was at.
Yeah, they I think sometimes. I mean, you know what though? I will say this. Women can do that because the first strength coach I saw, and the first strength coach was in football, and I forgot the lady's name. That's when my boy OJ and my boy Coleman was playing over at Rice. They had a woman strength coach. Mm-hmm. She was really good. Mm-hmm. She moved on, went to other places. I can see that though. But
that's great.
But one thing about coaches, he had his story. His best friend was growing up, and they met at the rec center. So when they grew up in Pennsylvania, they had the blacks walked on one side, the whites walked on one side. So they couldn't walk together to the gym. Mm-hmm. So they had to meet each other at the thing. They got caught, and he said he always wanted to just do something,
break the walls down.
Yeah. Coach Fry said the same thing too.
Right.
When he hired the first Levi for the first scholarship, basically. And I love that guy. He's a good guy. He's another guy with swag.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of reasons why I got to pull for him.
Well, me personally, I'm still rooting for the Chiefs just because I'm not rooting for them, but I'm just thinking
they just scored. It's 9-6 now.
Yeah, I love their whole team. Like with Patrick, him being, was he the first? He wasn't the first black quarterback
Oh,
No.
Doug
to win it,
Williams.
but he's just
Russell Wilson.
in a while, he's the first black quarterback to be, elite like this in this era. Well, probably like in the last
Yes.
couple seasons, because Russell he be doing his thing, but yeah, he ain't won nothing.
Well, he won one. He won, but that's all right. He got
Should
one.
have won two.
Should've
Should have won
he
two,
should've won
not for
two.
Pete Carroll.
That wasn't his fault.
That wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Against
I'm
Tom.
against Brady. See,
Yeah.
I'm going with the Chiefs though. Who you going
Yeah.
with?
I'm gonna go with the Bucks because, like I said, as an old guy, I'm rooting for the old guy for one.
Yeah.
Check out this statistic. This number is absurd to me. To me, as much as I respect so many people across sports, like when you think about like who's the greatest performer of all time, how can you argue against this stat? Check out this stat. There have been 54 Super Bowls. Well, after this one, it's going to be number 54. When Tom Brady steps on the field, he will have played in 1 out of every 5 Super Bowls that have ever been played. So you pick 5 Super Bowls at random, Tom Brady in one of them.
Wow.
That is a ridiculous stat. Like, who in the hell else can say in the history of their sport they have been in 1 out of every 5 championship games that have ever been played?
You know what?
Come on, man. That's crazy.
That just being a
It's
goat.
crazy.
That just being a goat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I still won't say the best quarterback though, but he's up there.
I don't see how you can argue against it.
I don't see how you can argue. You made me want to jump teams
Say
because
that.
you know how I
Montana
am.
will always be my guy.
The guy is 43 years old. You know
And
what I'm
he
saying?
looks really good for his age.
Yeah.
Like, not even for his age. He looked good, period.
Oh,
Right.
Lord.
And you know what? We got a question. I'm
I'm
gonna jump
just
in on
saying,
this.
like, he
Yeah,
takes
nice.
care of himself.
He
We got
take care of
actually-
himself. His wife look good.
We
too.
actually got a question from one of our followers.
Wow.
Ellie Mutra. He said, "Why is Brady better?" Let me tell you why Brady's better.
Tell him.
Tom Brady doesn't have the physical tools to be a all-world NFL quarterback. He damn sure doesn't have Michael Vick's athleticism. He has an okay arm. He doesn't have Dan Marino's arm. He doesn't have Warren Moon's arm. He doesn't have Aaron Rodgers' accuracy. But in terms of football IQ, there is no single person who has ever worn cleats with a higher football IQ than Tom Brady. Period. The
Now,
man he's a gamer. He wins. He wins. You put him in situations, he figures it out. He figures out what the weaknesses are in the defense. He's been surrounded by, with the exception of Randy Moss, he's been surrounded by mediocre talent on offense his entire career. Name me one other receiver besides Deion Branch and Randy Moss that ever even got close to playing in the Pro Bowl that he played with, or Julian Edelman. That's it. The rest of the guys are trash. Yeah, you got
like I said, they had a system.
Right.
New England was the place to be.
the system is Brady. The system is Brady. The system is Brady. Let me tell you what happened. The Patriots changed uniforms and became the Bucks, and Bill Belichick took his ass back to Cleveland. That's what happened this year. The Cleveland Browns are now the Patriots, and the Patriots are now the Broncos.
Let me tell you something.
That's what happened.
Okay, now,
Brady's the
Really
system.
what happened.
Everybody say-
Brady's the system,
okay,
man.
Okay, but before Brady took over, New England was still winning.
They were winning what? How many rings they got?
What's his name? Bledsoe?
How many rings they got with
No,
Bledsoe?
that's what I'm saying, though. The team was still
He
winning.
took
though.
Bledsoe's job. How many wins did he
Listen,
got?
man,
Bledsoe?
all I'm saying is this. We know he took the job. All I'm saying is this. You come to Kansas City. I mean, you come to New England. Everybody wants about New England have to pay their players. New England will get they will get guys from D3 schools playing running backs.
Yeah.
They get guys that they make them because of their system. As soon as they leave, they get paid going somewhere else. They don't do nothing.
You're right.
You know,
Because
they made Tom.
matter of fact,
I don't care what nobody say. Belichick
No.
made Tom Brady.
Nah.
kind of going back
So he gave him his arm and
Say, man,
everything
tell y'all
else too.
something.
going
He
back
gave him
to
his talent.
Man, if you saw Tom Brady, listen, if you saw Tom Brady,
I just feel like that's a little disrespect.
no,
That's like
no.
saying I made
okay, I'm gonna ask you a question.
That ain't
Now,
right.
you talking about good he was. If you saw his body, he got on the stage at a male dance club, you would have laughed.
yeah,
The way that body looked.
yeah. That's why he was more
Who?
aggressive.
Tom Brady.
That's all the more reason why he shouldn't be successful with his last years anyway. He don't give a damn what
Hold on,
he looks
hold on,
like. That man ain't never did a sit up in his life.
Pull the picture up.
That man has
We
never.
gonna show.
I don't
this
think
picture
Tom
when we come
Brady
back.
even works out. He don't need to.
Cause
Tom
y'all.
Brady
It's all over
picture
here.
at the combine with his shirt out.
Right.
Okay, so y'all, we gonna show y'all that picture when we come back. We'll go to a quick commercial break because I want to see it. I gotta see it. We gonna pull it up. We right here at 5 Central, and you guys are tuned into the
Women would have laughed
In
at
the
him
Tunnel
off
Sports
stage.
Talk Show.
They're like, "Whoa, whoa,
Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be
all
right back.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, welcome back to the In the Tunnel Sports Talk Show. I'm Sierra Nicole, aka Sports Bay. I got Rich, the great sports Morpheus. Y'all just can't see him because he accidentally kicked himself out. And we got Pat, the Truesdale.
What up?
Man, so we trying to pull this picture up so y'all can see Brady body because they kind of capping on my boy. But we're going to show y'all what this quarterback body look like because they don't think, well, Pat, hating on him.
I ain't hating on him, man. I got to give Belichick his props. Now, Belichick do look like a dummy right now behind the soap opera happening towards the end when he left. But to me,
I'm just trying to see what you're giving him props for if you're talking about his body that way.
I'm talking about far as giving him Belichick props. Oh, his body. Oh, he looked good.
Because clearly
I think his wife had to take him to yoga or something. Because he look tall now, though, man. She's a model, so she knew how to just. Boy, that look good. Boy, look like he was some stuff.
Oh,
Look at that.
That's just Brady at the combine.
Ain't no wrong.
That picture look like he checking in the rehab.
Oh my
That's
God.
what that picture look like. Look like he.
This is the greatest quarterback of all time, right here.
And that's him.
That's the GOAT right there.
And you put some respect on his name. Ain't nothing wrong. You ain't gotta have abs. That's okay. Ain't
That's what I'm
with
saying.
that.
To me, it strengthens the argument because this guy has. If you look at your typical.
He must have a hell of an offensive line blocking for him.
Oh, come on.
That body
Come
get broke
on.
up.
It ain't.
And like you say, Richard, you could have ran backwards. And
Right.
ran far faster.
Yeah. I ran a faster
Me
time.
too.
I ran a faster time at the combine than Brady did. But in spite of his lack of physical attributes, in spite of his lack of arm strength, the man found a way to be successful for 2 decades.
2 decades.
Two.
Why are you trying to give
He's
his
on
props to
two.
Bill?
He's on the 2000 and the 2010 all decade team.
I give him man his credit now. First I said it was a system. But what gave him a boost?
But what I'm saying is this. What did he do without Brady? If you take Tom Brady out of Belichick's resume, we're not even talking about the dude. We're not even talking about Belichick. If you take Tom Brady's career out of Bill Belichick's resume, we're not even talking about this dude.
Exactly.
Because he damn sure ain't gonna talk about what he did in Cleveland and New York with the Jets. We ain't talking about that.
They're gonna be like Bill who?
Drew Bledsoe was a boring, uncharismatic Tony Romo. So we ain't gonna talk about him either, because he ain't do nothing either. So what else you got for Belichick that puts him in an argument
putting good offensive
outside of Brady?
Put good offensive lineman around him.
That's his job. That's his job. His job is he's supposed to have good offensive linemen.
But I give him credit because he done something that there.
You're supposed to have good offensive linemen.
But I will say this though, he's doing something with a bunch of stars. He never played with this many stars. That's a dream team.
Well, it's good.
No,
but,
that's what I'm saying. Right. I'm giving him his props, period. But you also got to give a lot of those other guys on the team a lot of props.
So you're giving him his props now, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
okay.
Brady.
All I'm saying is Brady was smart coming to a team like that. It's a dream team.
Brady would have to get a job. He was 6-round draft pick.
We're going on to an interesting topic. We're going to talk about the coach. Who's
Coach Mike Krzyzewski.
Yeah. He is bullying a student intern for quitting. I want to know what everybody else thinks about it because.
Well, let me tell you something. When you're a coach, me dealing with a lot of college football coaches. When coaches at top, period, no matter what sport they play, a lot of times they can be arrogant. They try to bully certain people. There's a young man, ain't getting paid, just a student. And you call him, man, I like that. Come on, man.
Via social media.
Yeah.
That's cyber. He's probably. I mean, has the school said anything or taken anything?
They're not gonna see. This Coach K.
That's Coach K.
This Coach K.
But Baron Davis, I don't blame Baron Davis. He called him out. He get called out. I mean, you set for life. You more time you can walk away from the game.
Coach,
your whole family's taken care of. And you call this kid out like that, the kid might have other things to do.
Exactly. He might have something going on in his life. You never know.
Well, the problem that he's got going on in his life right now.
Behind doors.
The problem he got on in his life right now is his team's trash. Duke is unranked for first time.
Yeah, that was
in probably 25 years.
And I love that frustration.
You need to take that frustration out on your sorry ass team that's not getting the job done.
Absolutely, not an innocent kid.
Your intern that's
helping you for free.
That's helping you set up press conferences, file paperwork for you, send email. Don't worry about this young man. This young man decided to do something else with his career. Whatever it is, whoever you are.
My question is,
if he was that good, he could have paid him. He could have always found somebody else.
You get $9 million a year, dog.
Is there a reason? What was the reason why the kid quit?
We don't know.
We don't know.
But I mean,
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
The
matter.
point is, this is an unpaid intern. This is a college student trying to figure out where he wants to do in life. People have the right to make changes. Everybody don't have to play for you or work for you, Coach K. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
What did he actually say when calling him out?
well, he actually mentioned it during a press conference. So, like, to me, it's an insult because that's kind of stuff.
Why are you even talking about
Right? Why are you even talking
We
about
at the
an
press conference
intern?
to talk about your
because
team.
We had a press
in his
conference.
bucket.
Basically,
We
yeah.
had a
That's
press
how he
conference.
Why
He's
even
trying to
talked
take his
about-
frustration out on somebody. And that's how the
Right.
American coaches get
Right.
when they used to win. It used to be in small,
Right.
and they try to take it out on everybody. They think they go. They think they can treat anybody any kind of way.
That
Right.
ain't
And that's exactly what he's doing. He
Right.
got, you got too much bigger fish to be worried about instead of trying to pump the small fish.
Right.
You need to be trying to pump the big fish. So quit getting the man.
You had a press conference and you make reference to an intern instead of why y'all got y'all ass whipped by Louisville.
You
Let's
got
talk
your,
about that, Coach.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about
Talk about
that.
that.
That's the
Because
big
we don't
fish
care
you're
about the
about.
intern because the
Yeah.
intern is not
Yeah.
coaching and
The
he's not
intern
playing.
don't play power forward. Talk about your power
Yeah,
forward.
you ain't calling out none of them.
That kid might got trying to get his academic, working hard to go to a university like this. It's a great university academic wise.
Yeah.
Come on,
You
man.
never know, man. That's crazy. I can't believe that, you know,
I
a
lost a
grown
lot of
man.
respect for the guy, man.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
right. Like, man, leave the kid alone, man. That's crazy.
Well, you know,
So I got some questions.
Uh-oh.
We got Super Bowl coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What's everybody's favorite part of the Super Bowl?
the commercials, especially with my boy Cedric Entertainment. He like, got one right now. This show with the ants.
What's one of your favorite Super Bowl commercials that you can remember?
Oh man, my favorite Super Bowl. You know what?
Commercial.
Commercial. I think it was him. Because when he went and had that nice looking chick sitting on the couch
Who?
and she wanted something to drink, Cedric Entertainment.
Yeah. I remember that one.
And got that beer, start shaking like, yeah, it's a party. Something's going down, shaking it. Next thing you know, the girl just. Then you got the other boy, like, what's the other boy said? Don't touch my mama.
Oh, the
Like,
Dorito. Oh, that was don't touch my chips and don't touch my mama.
Yeah.
Slap the guy.
I don't
Yeah.
think I really pay attention to the commercials because I be partying. My favorite part is the food and the parties. I mean, I love to.
Yeah, but that's
obviously-
one of the main things, though, especially at the halftime. Everybody look at the halftime
Right.
show.
I mean,
Then you
yeah.
got the commercial.
But during
Because back
halftime,
in the
I'm
days
drinking.
when I was growing up, it was Bud Light against Bud. But then it got
Yeah.
bigger. The marketing got so big now
Mhm.
in the Super Bowl. You know, and I know they're going to probably have some COVID commercials.
Right.
Just some joking
Right.
commercials.
And to me, they took away to what used to be the best part was the halftime concert.
Yes,
I
that
know.
used to
Back
be
in the day, my boy MJ, my man popped up out the ground, bing, like a superhero.
And guess what, man?
He up on the damn scoreboard. You turn around and he's here. You turn around and he's there. Next thing you know, he's on the stage. Everybody, and he didn't even say a word yet.
And guess
Everybody lost their
What?
mind.
But
You know
guess
what I'm
what,
saying?
Rich?
Yeah.
The man had more yards than my man Thurman Thomas. Shoot. Thurman, my guy, Hall of Famer, Will Rich in the house, passing the ball.
Oh, man.
But God, man,
Oh,
Mike had more yards than him. How many he had? 19. I get Mike. Shit, Mike averaged about what 6 yards on normal.
maybe he should have asked Mike where his helmet was. Remember, he
They
took
should
out
bought
his
Mike
helmet.
shoes
He should have bought Mike's shoes. Yeah, and his
and
helmet.
socks.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And the glove too, maybe to hold on to football.
Are they
But
gonna have
that
a
really
halftime
was
show
a hell of a
this
that
year?
was a hell of a show.
There was.
Are they gonna
Yeah.
have one this year?
Now,
Yeah, I don't
why-
even know who the hell
now,
it is.
I don't know why the world they had Jennifer Lopez
Like,
singing that thing with
The
the
Super Bowl was
But I
also,
like that Super Bowl too.
but
She had
remember,
nice outfit.
the Super Bowl concert was also whoever was the best performer at the time. That's the person that got the halftime show.
Exactly.
You know what
Well,
I'm saying? It really hasn't been like that.
But
lately.
we got the classic in H-Town.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, live.
That's that little Janet Jackson.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah.
I want to know. I mean, because it was popping, and then Jay-Z turned down the halftime performance.
Right.
What? Why?
I don't know because he turned around
And
Yeah.
made a deal with them.
Right.
Was doing some other stuff,
Right.
so that's weird.
and
Yeah.
Beyonce wound up doing the show anyway. So
And they was capping on their song. What he said.
and then you turn around and you low key kind of diss Kaepernick, talking about we passed the kneeling. So I mean,
yeah,
I don't know where he was going with all
I don't
that.
know how I feel about
Yeah.
Jay-Z because he doesn't speak a lot, but it's
Right.
like the things that he does, it be
He's
needing
about
explanations
to-
for.
Jay-Z about to
And so,
sell.
yeah, and then he
Sell.
just doesn't
I
talk.
mean,
And
them
so,
dads, everybody talk about him, but I listen to him a lot. And hear
He's
that
selfish.
story.
Right.
He's selfish, man. Simple as that.
Yeah, he is. He is.
And to me,
I'm sorry to call it is. I mean,
to me,
I respect him. He's a great entrepreneur. He's a great, talent. But
who's performing this year?
I don't even know.
because as a, honestly, as
I
like
gotta
a-
look it up.
as a man that's,
Anybody know?
anybody know? Anybody? No.
Damn, we
And
got
as
to ask.
as a black man that's, prominent and well, up there. I feel like he should be taking more of a stand, you know, with the times that's going on, and he's not. So yeah, Beyonce is, but he not.
Nah, she represents age.
Yeah, but you know, she comes and does her charities and, you know, just stuff like that to give back. And I don't ever see or hear about Jay-Z doing that.
Yeah. And matter of fact, speaking about giving back, counsel, crazy counsel of the team, I got to give him props. Irvin gave George Floyd family a house.
Yes, Kyrie Irving, yeah.
There's something selfish behind that.
That's nice.
Selfish speaking of, but I got to get
that was nice. See, that's a good way to balance that out because we talking about Jay-Z.
Because him and Harden, boy, they're going to be counsel.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Okay. But we have to go to a commercial. But I do want to talk about James Harden being fat real quick before we go. Because that's what they said. I ain't said it. That's what they said.
He didn't take his shirt off. He like the fabric version of Tom Brady.
So do y'all think that he hadn't been working out and he's kind of been slacking?
Oh, he's been working out.
Yeah.
He's doing what you doing. That's ugly.
At the club, yeah.
Yeah, he's working out all right.
You've been doing 24-hour curls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we gonna comment on that a little bit when we come back. And when we come back, we got some more hot tamales for you guys. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. What's up, sports fans? We're back, and you are listening to the In the Tunnel Sports Talk Show. I'm Sports Bay. We got Pat Truesdale, and we got Rich, the great Sports Morpheus. Man, we're back.
Shout out to my man Nick J too. I see your comment, man. I appreciate you, man. Greater Nation.
Yeah, need some of that beer too.
Raw Shaw.
Man, you know what? We ain't gonna talk about Harden because he done. He owned this. I want to talk about what happened at the Capitol. Because even though it's a little old, it's still a little fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it.
Well, first of all, thank God Trump is gone. I'm just gonna be blunt.
Yes, Lord.
Let us all give thanks for that. But you have a guy who was a cult leader. There's no other way to say it. He's a cult leader. He's a fascist. He created an environment where people feel entitled to have their own way of doing things and their own way of thinking.
Absolutely.
With the hell with anyone else, the hell with anyone I don't agree with, the hell with anyone I don't like. This is quote unquote my country. So now that guy is gone, and the best thing that they ever did was blocking his access to social media.
Oh yes,
because a guy like that
they should have been blocked.
A guy like that don't need a platform. And Twitter, if you're listening, you need to think about shutting Mike Krzyzewski's ass down too. I'm not done with you yet, Coach K. I'm gonna deal with you later.
Out of control. I mean, I honestly, ever since Trump went into office, it seems like the people who were racist, it's like the racism kind of like rose. And why? Because before, I mean, I didn't have too many problems. I mean, you go certain places, you might have a problem, but when he got into office, it was like yeah, we can say what we want to say, we can do what we want to do.
And also in sports also.
Yep.
We're having all these conversations, and I'm glad that we're finally starting to see some more women get positions. This is where I stand. Wake me up when we get black owners. NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. How many black owners we got? Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, sits in the neighborhood with a bunch of old, broken down, washed up ass guys who couldn't hit a 2-foot jump shot on a Nerf hoop in their 20s. Those guys are on the same level. Let that marinate for a second. Michael Jordan had to ascend to the pinnacle of greatness, and on top of that, build a phenomenal, unprecedented brand just to be on the same stage with you, Tillman Fertitta, with your nasty ass restaurants.
Because I is. Period.
I'm just saying. What did Tillman Fertitta do in life that makes him the equivalent of Michael Jeffrey Jordan?
Nobody. I don't even know where that man came from.
Right. When we get to that level, when we're looking at true equity,
he literally just sprouted up. I remember when I was at U of H, we talked about this before. He could have just popped out of nowhere. I'm like, who is this man buying this stuff and doing all this good stuff?
I know it's a little personal for me because back in the early 2000s, I owned a bartending and a valet company. And one of my customers, we had a restaurant, and my guys moved like 5 cars in the front to park his Bentley sideways, put cones, made sure nobody said he got out there and gave him a dog. Gave out there, tipped him one.
Well, I'm saying the one thing I got to say about the owner, you want to talk about owners. Let's talk about that jerk off Kirby. Because he needs to sell a team. But I think there's enough people in Houston can buy that team.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gallery Furniture.
Yeah, Mattress Mac would be a great owner.
My thing is, Watson went out of here regardless. I heard it's coming down. I hear it's supposed to be coming down the list and coming down to the enemy.
It boils down to Watson and Cal McNair. Easterby's an idiot and he's a fake Joel Osteen and he's trash, and we know this already. That's the problem. Is Deshaun Watson is tired of Cal McNair. He's tired of the McNairs.
Well, he's on that movement, and they've seen a lot and seen what's going on. So
and
that's all that.
The interview they did with Josh McCown, a lot of people don't understand why. Josh McCown was the 3rd string quarterback this year with the Texans, so he was in the film room, and to his credit, Watson said, hey, he helped them a lot. He gave him a lot of. That's sort of a backwards insult
for no head job,
right? But I'm saying it's almost like you're throwing shade of, you want to interview somebody, okay, here you go. There's Josh McCown. Well, it feels like you kind of insulting him.
He's been talking about he want to be enemy. Now they want to hire him.
Right.
Then they got the GM, and I know Bieniemy. I know Bieniemy personally. Mm-hmm. Bieniemy ain't gonna put up with all that front office stuff. He's not gonna do that.
The stalemate in the contract negotiations is Bieniemy wants control of the roster, and that's smart because I don't give a damn if you do keep Watson. It's not gonna work if you got trash around him.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just went on my rant about Brady. Everybody can't do what Brady is.
Everybody mad at him. I was talking to a friend today, my boy Vic. Shout out to Vic. Mm-hmm. And he was saying that he thought that Watson is wrong because he asked for his money, but they gave him his money. He want to leave now. Well, he's supposed to ask for his money,
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, what's about that. But then he getting his money, but then he's seeing a lot of things going on. It's a lot of things going on behind doors.
Right.
People don't know, and it's about to come out.
The Texans need to take a real chill pill, sit down. They need to find themselves.
Well, they got to know nothing about football. The Sun though.
Right.
And the reality, they need to sell the team.
Yeah.
See, Houston, we're a football city, so we lost our team to ours. I remember people saying they can go. Man, y'all don't understand. They can't go. Can't afford them to leave.
Right.
Now they left. People appreciate that. Now we had to starve. So now we just happy to have a football team no matter what record we are. That's why they make so much money.
And I think they know that too, because Jamie Roots, who's the president of Texas, he even said it that we built a program that despite what the team record is, he starts talking about revenue and man, I don't give a damn how much money you're making. You are not building a football operation. You're building a business where people come in. It's almost like Lakewood Church. You build a business where people come in, they get their hopes up, you take their money, you sit their ass back home with nothing every Sunday. That's what the Houston Texans are right now. So if you're serious about building an actual football organization, the best thing that Cal McNair can do is to pick up the phone, call Roger Goodell, let him know the team's for sale, get the hell out of there, because you're not even a good businessman, let alone a good owner.
Well, my understanding, Deshaun Watson agent is kind of put it out there about dealing with the team.
Right, Dave McGill.
Because he dealt with other clients that was playing with the Texans trying to negotiate.
Correct.
I think Ramsey was supposed to be coming in.
Jalen Ramsey.
Wow.
Jalen Ramsey is Dave McGill's client. He's his other client. He's also Deshaun Watson's agent.
Right.
And we know from our sources that Jalen had already planned to come to Houston. He had already was down here purchasing condo or making arrangements to purchase a condo. He had already told everyone in his circle, hey, I'm going to Houston next year. Him and Watson was already, chopping it up in the offseason, working out together, making plans. And then when all this stuff happens, what really was the straw that broke the camel's back? If you recall, this is around the time where Daddy McNair made the inmates run the asylum comment. So when that happened, around that time, that's where things started to break down. And, and of course, there's some other internal things that happened as well. This is where, Magetta and company started saying, hey, man, I don't know if you want to go there. Because knowing Ramsey's personality, he knew it wasn't going to be a good fit. And then that's when Ramsey decided to, sign his extension offer with the Rams.
Yeah, and I mean,
I love Jalen Ramsey. He's a great
player.
But I mean, the thing is, it's really the reputation is getting bad. You run off all your good players. Everybody. I had some friends I was talking to. All owners are racist. No, all owners are not racist.
Not all of them.
Nope.
And the thing is, everybody talking about Kraft cool with Trump. Yeah, they friends, but Kraft take care of business.
Right.
Kraft don't bring
He don't bring his
team.
Right.
They had a barbecue before Obama, making history, and this man came there and addressed the team.
Right.
My understanding, the son sitting around and let it be known and open, mad because Trump did.
Well, I heard he went on a absolute meltdown on the night of the election when the election results, when they finalized it.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Cal McNair, he was like livid that Trump didn't win over Biden.
And that's some stuff that's personal.
That's personal.
That to yourself.
Whoever you support, that's you. That's fine.
Right.
That's cool. But you don't bring that to work. You damn sure don't bring it to your team, especially the locker room that is completely diverse. And a lot of the players, let's be honest, a lot of them, the majority of your players are black because of the athletic talent that you recruit.
Right.
So it's not really a good idea to bring that kind of stuff.
But my thing, if you're a Republican, period, okay, if you wanted to vote for Trump, my thing was, Kraft and Trump been friends a long time before he was president.
Mm-hmm.
And he voted for him, that's his business. At the same time, he's not bringing that personal stuff.
Yeah,
he's
still not
taking
doing
care of his
anything.
players. He got a starting black quarterback, had backup black quarterbacks, and he also have Rick Ross. They got a wing stop in the stadium. Then he went to go see, what's his name, the rapper Meech, what's his name?
No, Meek Mill.
Meek Mill, yeah, he went to go see him in jail.
He helped him to get him out.
And
he got him a
also
release.
on a movement.
Right.
And then, he spoke about the Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Really think.
Right.
Jerry Jones didn't know. He's still been avoiding that question.
Of course.
That's my thing.
That's why I can't rock with the Cowboys.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he's not bringing that junk to his facility.
Right.
And that's all we care about. We don't care what you do in your outside life. Don't bring that stuff to work. Don't, put it on other people.
You know
Keep
how
it to yourself. Ain't
Right.
nobody doing nothing to you.
You know how they keep making the comment, shut up and play?
Ugh.
Why don't you shut up and count money?
Yeah,
Shut up and count money.
Yeah,
Get the hell out the way and let the football operation people
let
run
the football people play
Right.
football, and you do
Yeah,
whatever
and,
you do.
and you got to understand, people are still pissed off at that. Regardless, that man is gone, but they see something the same way, that inmate thing.
Mm-hmm.
And man, people still pissed off about that.
Man, so when we come back, we're gonna talk about something really interesting, a topic that I thought was super interesting, and it's gonna open up a big discussion in the coming weeks. Maker McCurr. We're gonna talk about him when we come back. We'll be right back. Just a quick break. All right, sports fans, we're back. You're listening to the End of Tunnel Sports Talk Show, and we're gonna jump right in. Y'all know who we are. It's Sports Bay, it's Pat the Truesdale, and we got Rich, the great sports Morpheus. We're gonna talk about, man, this is a big topic to me because I've been working on some behind the scenes stuff that has to do with HBCUs and PWIs. So that's actually how me and Pat met.
And can't wait.
And so this is actually a great topic for that because Maker McCurr, if you guys don't know who he is, he's a basketball player. He was a top recruit out of high school. He was number 16. And he is the first top athlete to sign to a historically Black college. And so, this whole movement is going on. We're trying to get all the Black athletes to go to HBCUs, but, HBCUs don't really have the luxury of taking care of a top athlete is what, in my opinion, not even in my opinion, that's actually a fact. So he went there. He's now hurt. He hurt his growing, and he's sitting out. But I'm hearing that he's not happy there. He doesn't want to stay there. He doesn't want to leave, and so he's benched. But I think with a growing injury, you're not going to be benched for the whole season. That's why I feel like it's more behind that.
This is my thing personally is, maybe the kid might be spoiled. I mean, I know Harvard don't have with the Dukes. UCLA, top programs you think about, Kentucky have. But man, where you was going, you made that decision.
Right.
And basketball is different.
You see the facilities, you see everything they had to offer before you went.
Right. And don't get me wrong, Howard got something better than facilities on their campus. Regardless, you got to go there focused, but you mean, who's our vice president?
Our vice president. If Howard's good enough for our vice president, it's good enough for you, bro.
One of my good friends, she's actually she's a sports anchor in Louisiana. I can't remember the station, but she'll be here Tuesday. She went to Howard, right? And she played tennis at Howard. Right. Yes. So I mean, she didn't have any complaints. She loves her school.
You got a growing injury that could take care of everything.
Right.
You got to and then Howard has a medical school. Mm-hmm. Now I know some of them guys, but I'm sure growing injury ain't nothing that can happen. I think the thing is, the kid just must be spoiled. He must, I don't know, something how they acting, how to coach it. He's
probably getting treated like a regular kid, and most times I don't know how it is at an HBCU, Well, I'm not gonna say I don't know how it is because I got my master's at TSU, and I feel like there, the coaches treat everybody the same. We don't care if you're the star of the team, and I don't know how it is there, but I'm just assuming that maybe that's how he was getting treated, and he felt like he should be treated different.
No,
I don't know.
You got to come in. You got to let the kids know you got to be treated the same. You got to be hard on your stars than your even with your scrub. You just treat everybody the same. Now, as a fan, as a campus, that's like the buzz of Howard. That's on the East Coast, so that's basketball capital down there. So having a guy like that on your campus, you the man. You still don't get the same kind of men and pub and fan club like you're getting at the white schools. But Steve McNair was at Alcorn State. He was God.
Someone commented and they said that they should go to an HBCU because the money will follow the talent.
Damn right they will.
Do you really believe that though?
Absolutely.
I mean, how long do you think it's going to take for the money to follow talent?
Thank you, cuz. Thank you, Shannon Trues. She went to Hampton University.
Yeah.
So I mean, and those are
when the ratings follow the talent, the money follows the ratings.
Right.
So when people start seeing teams like, I can't wait to see what Dion got going on out here at Jackson State. When those teams start to compete, he's already competing with them from recruiting wars.
Right.
When those teams start to get games and they start beating some of these D1 schools, and they start bending the curve, and he's even talking about having an HBCU bowl game, an HBCU network.
That's nice.
When that talent starts to follow, and then the ratings follow that, that's where the money is going to start to shift.
Well, also too, I mean, you have basketball basketball, football is totally different.
Basketball is wide open.
Different. Yeah, it's different. And one thing about basketball, you have a kid that from DeSoto, I think he signed to A&T.
Right.
You have somebody else, about 2 other kids signed to some HBCU schools. A lot of them now starting to take the visits. And see, with basketball, you could go anywhere. This kid's supposed to be a one and done kid.
Yeah.
Right.
So how is he complaining?
Well, he feels entitled because his brother's in the NBA, Thornmaker.
But do you think that that's actually what's going on? I mean, because based off what you just said, they want to do an HBCU bowl game, they want to do HBCU network. Do you think that people are messing with him because maybe they, is he having a hard time because they don't want that?
Somebody influence him because
somebody may be influencing.
Basketball is different. You rank in the top 20.
TSU go to the big dance every year. So anybody.
What I'm saying is here, if you rank top 12, top 20 in the nation, 9 to 10, you 1 and 2 and done.
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't got nothing to worry about. You just got to go there because my understanding, the kids will be 1 and done, 2 and done.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got a bunch of other good players around and have some boys transfer.
Mm-hmm.
They have a chance of making a run.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing about that, you have the advantage. If you build a team, you feel like we'll sign you a 5-4-star basketball player. And he might have 1 or 2 years there. You already got a team. You have a chance of making a run.
Right.
Because those are teams more older with that one cap. Because teams like Kentucky, they 1 and 2 and done. Guys,
right.
They gone.
And then the ability to transfer within schools now. You got to really start a 2-part recruiting war. You got the incoming freshmen, then you got to keep the folks you got there.
Right.
So you may have people in his ear saying,
how you
like it out there? How? Oh, you don't have this? I can do this.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it's up to, because you're right, the money will follow the talent, but it's up to the people that are in charge at the HBCUs to do right with that money. Because I personally have worked in the athletic department at HBCU as a grad assistant. Mm-hmm. And before I was on board with, everybody come, send all the black leads to the HBCU. Let's bring money home where it belongs, right? So when I'm working with this office, a lot of the people that are staff there are lazy. Mm-hmm. And it makes they don't make the players feel special. Where I got my bachelor's at a PWI. And over there, they making these kids feel like not even just with the money, like things as small as bios on the website. Right. The HBCU that I was at, they didn't even have that. They don't cost money. They take effort.
We'll see. You got to understand, a lot of people at those black schools, that's how they've been around the black campus. That's why the white schools are more organized, like you said, with their programs and putting money in things. So
they have more resources.
Right. So it's always good to hire somebody been in that environment. Right. Then coming down,
bring some of those best practices with them.
Oh, it was.
So if you look at the college football, black college football, the most besides Eddie Robinson, you take Broadway, was at Grambling, won the national championship. Was at Central, won the national championship, and turned that program around. That was probably his best program he put together was A&T. But that guy, he been around Spur at Duke. He's been around. So a lot of times when you have the problem with some of them black schools, They dealing with people that been around. They don't do no intern. They've been around. They just been around that black. They unorganized. They ain't got it. They like you said. They lazy.
Mm-hmm.
It look bad, and that mess your recruiting up.
We had somebody commented and they said that a lot of kids don't like to work for it. They want to hand it to them. And the thing is, I just feel like it has to be an effort on both sides. The black athletes coming to an HBCU, and the HBCU needs to make it shouldn't be because you got to think about these parents. They sending their kids out to the school. They want organization. They want to be able to call and make sure that their kid is taken care of. And so you don't want to send your kid to a school that's unorganized.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to have great facilities. You also got to have that inside.
Right.
So I just feel like they got to come together. It got to be in the middle. They got to meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Period.
But with this kid, groin injury, come on, man, you can work that out.
Yeah. Do you think he's gonna leave?
And
We'll see.
We'll find out.
There is an app. We're gonna say this before we get out of here. There's an app called the Clubhouse. Y'all heard about that? So I hopped on there, trying to see what it's about, and it's basically like a lot of people listening to other people. And Brandon, right? So he told me that he jumped on there. He played college football at Hawaii. Right. But anyway, he hopped on, and there's a group that is all like NFL players, NBA players on the Clubhouse. And he was telling me that he's listening to it, and they were saying that, these people have, it's all politics, which we already know. But they were saying that on there that he's not happy there. He wants to leave. He wants to transfer. So,
but to me, I think it's him being spoiled because you at Howard University,
right?
Yeah, you supposed to be a one.
Everybody loves that. That's like one of the greatest.
You in DC, and then you the alumni. That's like a Black Ivy League,
right?
And you got as a young man. I mean, does you think the kid like women?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
hey!
Just saying.
I had boys come through Vice City Press Foundation, went to Harvard and went to Hampton. Kids ain't up in there. He came back like, coach. You mean rich kids there, the politician kids,
right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's in DC alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, that's the best college life. You can't bring that back. I don't care how much money you make in investment.
We're gonna name this episode "Time Will Tell" because that is what's going on right now. We're gonna wait to see what happened. Hopefully, by the next episode, we can update y'all on the things.
And so far, look like your boys and came back. It's 29-9.
Yes, sir.
7 seconds before halftime.
Oh, they winning.
So look like we might be seeing the Brady.
Okay, the GOAT versus the young GOAT.
Yeah,
the GOAT versus the young GOAT. I would love to see that. I ain't gonna lie, and I wouldn't be upset if either one of them won. I'm just go for both teams.
Then you got the top two supposed to be candidates. The Frazier, D coordinator for Buffalo, Benjamin.
Right.
So it's gonna be fun.
Right.
I
do want to give a real quick shout out because the media never wants to give attention to positive stuff. So I want to give a shout out to DJ Swearinger, who opened the Swearinger Community Center in South Carolina. This is the community center where he grew up that kept him off the streets and allowed him an opportunity to grow up. It's been shut down for 14 years. He bought it. He's renovating it. He's giving it back to the community. So bravo, brother.
That's what's up.
Nobody else gonna say nothing, but we are.
We're gonna say something.
Is the media coming over there?
No, nobody came out to cover.
Wow.
Nobody went out to cover. No media showed up.
Wow.
But let him have something negative come up. They were all.
Oh, they would have been on top of it. You know that.
Yeah, but well done, DJ, man. That's awesome.
We on your side. Maybe we get a trip and come out there. When we can.
We'll show that. Yeah, for sure.
All right, you guys, we are going to get out of here. If you loved.
Shout out to Nicole. I know you're down at ATL having a good time.
Is she watching?
And
hey, Nicole.
Thank Gabriel, our producer, for the day.
Yes.
Great job.
She's great. She's wonderful.
Bravo.
We love her.
We got to get our interns over.
As you guys know, we don't do
whole crew,
we don't do all this stuff by ourselves. We got help, and they're great. They're wonderful. And if y'all liking this, y'all can help us and help them by subscribing to our YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Follow us on everything. We are all of that on the In the Tunnel Sports Talk Show.
In the tunnel, everything.
In the tunnel, everything. Y'all need to follow us. Y'all need to keep so y'all can know what's going on. Turn your notifications on. You'll be able to see every time we're about to go live. Anytime we post something, y'all need to stay up to date because you know what? It's only up from here. And if y'all don't jump on the bandwagon now, don't talk to us later.
Yeah. So please come back next week. We're gonna have fun because I will have a big post of talking.
Oh my God. All right, you guys. We right here at 5 Central. Don't forget about our sponsors. We got Michael K. Slider. We got VIP Elite Motors. Y'all check them out. We out of here.
See ya.
Peace out.